Hello, everyone. How's it going? I am back with another message you need to hear right now. Let's hop right into it and find out that your angels really want you to know. From the jump, I am hearing that you have something that a lot of people want. And I feel a lot of you need to hear this because, again, you guys are my light workers, my healers. You tend to be very humble and mind your own business. You guys are also very sensitive. So I feel that you don't really see yourself in the light that other people see you sometimes. And you really tend to just have this really artistic, creative flair that seems to be on the cutting edge of like whatever's going on or new things in the world. And I feel like it's not because you guys know this secret to success or know the secret to just looking the way you do. I feel like some of you guys don't even feel like you look that cool or successful, but a lot of people really feel like you got it going on, and you tend to put things on the map. Like I feel like for some of you, like you could go to a spot and all of a sudden everybody wants to go there because you're there, and you probably have the tendency to want to avoid wherever everyone else is going, just because some of you guys may be sensitive to crowds, or you kind of are the type of person maybe that you don't get the hype in situations where people are constantly always following trends. I feel like it's because you guys are meant to make trends in this lifetime. You're meant to start new waves. So I feel like you could be doing things that other people at first could think it's weird or strange or criticize, but then they start doing it right after. And I feel like people are actually kind of jealous of your ability to create something new out of nothing. And a lot of people don't really have this ability. They're just always looking at what everybody else is doing. So I feel like people definitely copy some of the stuff that you guys have going on. And I feel like it's deeper than that. I feel like people tend to just really want what you have, whether it's what you're wearing or where you're living or what you're doing for work. And people can also copy your style of doing things as well. I also feel like people could tend to get into things because you're into things, and you can even have situations with friends, like they could even criticize certain things that you're getting into, then all of a sudden they're doing the same thing. And I do feel it's because sometimes people don't even realize that they are kind of picking up some of these things from you. But I also feel, again, it could be the evil-eyed jealousy thing that people just can't seem to have their own original flair in the way that you guys do. And again, I feel like a lot of you guys could have been called weird or strange, especially growing up. You didn't fit in. But a lot of these qualities, once you guys really began to embrace your uniqueness, you really started to stand out in one way or another. So I feel, again, whoever's watching, is a sign that you are meant to be a trendsetter. And that's why sometimes when thinking of new ideas or what it is that you want to do next with your life, or even just like going through a transition, you may not have a complete idea of what it is you're getting into next, but you just kind of follow your intuition and do your thing. This is definitely going to resonate a lot for my people that are creatives or in creative fields, but this could be also having to do with those people that just really like to style yourself in a certain way, and you just like to always express yourself through your clothes or through your art or what you wear. You don't have to actually be like a professional artist to have this quality, but I do feel a lot of you guys watching are artists in one way or another, creatives in one way or another, or destined for the spotlight in one way or another if you're not already doing that. And I just feel that you guys couldn't even fit in even if you tried. So the funny thing is that some of you guys could even resented that quality of yourself where no matter what, you feel like you stood out or you were weird or you were that one person that just kind of like didn't blend in with everybody else. But that's actually your greatest gift. And I also feel as well, this message can go a little darker with people wanting what you have, because there's a lot of people who just don't have a defined sense of self. So you guys have this amazing loving energy that you emit, this ethereal quality, this seductive quality, and you tend to just bring the light wherever you go. And people misunderstand that, and they think, oh, the light must be where you're at next. So they kind of follow you guys. People could even try to live in the same areas you live or visit the same areas you live. I could see that some people you could travel to a spot, other people start traveling there. And again, I don't take that all as offensively. Sometimes it's just that people are watching you. You make something look fun and cool, and then they want to try it out too. It doesn't have to be that deep. I actually feel like a lot of you guys are using this influential energy as a way to market yourself, or maybe even like become an influencer, something like that. Some of you guys, like, this is part of your quality. So especially if you are an influencer of some kind, this is a double confirmation that you definitely should be showing more of yourself and what you have going on. Now, I do want to say as well, some of you guys, like, you may not want to post your location until you're after you're in that spot, because I do feel that some of you guys may have a little energy of people that actually want to kind of find you where you're at, and not in like a creepy way, but again, I feel like you guys may have a lot of people that love running into you. They're fans of you, fans of what you have going on. And yeah, I just feel that that could be a message for someone out there, that you could have an ex like trying to like find you where you're at and see where you're posting and run into you. So again, that's one of the tips that I do. You guys can follow me on Instagram, by the way, Queen Alice Love. You guys know your girl Alice loves to go out and about. And I learned to like post where I was at after I'm there, just because I just don't want people showing up there. I mean, if they have my number and they know I'm there, come through, you know, but I feel like sometimes it's like, okay, yeah, you don't want to give away your location. I feel like giving a warning for some of you guys, because I really do feel like you're being watched more than you know. And again, like I'm hearing always on my page, double tap, like me. Like I recently just got off private, and you can look at the algorithms of how many people like stop and look at your stuff and save your post and not really like it or interact with it. And I think that's very interesting. So I do feel like, again, people are checking for you guys because you do have a style and a sense of being that people want to emulate and people want to be like, or people are just simply curious about you, curious what you have going on. And I also feel as well, a lot of you guys, because you crave inspiration, you tend to just seek out new things all the time instead of doing the same things or going new places. Or some of you guys could actually just be going through a transition right now where you're building a new life for yourself. And a lot of people find that very fascinating. And I'm just channeling in on a lot of this energy is very, very positive. I even feel like people wanting to run into you and see you is not so much a negative thing, but I just feel that you guys are my collective. So if you're anything like myself, you just kind of don't like when people pop up on you, you know? And I also feel that a lot of you are very private people. So you're just kind of going out to just catch a vibe, not necessarily to be seen or noticed, but I do feel that a lot of you should definitely also keep open, your intuition for meeting new people, because I'm hearing that a lot of you are going to be doing some networking, or people want to meet with you and see you and connect with you in a, more professional setting, not just like in a stalkerish way. So again, I do feel that there are people that want to meet up with you or run into you, and it could be like a good intention too as well. I feel that you guys do have like a very intimidating aura, just because you seem to just be kind of like an exclusive person. Like maybe you don't let everybody into your circle, what you have going on. And maybe a lot, even though some of you guys may post, or you may be out and about, or you may be well connected in one way or another, you definitely look as though, I feel like you don't really post so much information about yourself. Like you could be posting your clothes or your style, but you're not really like dishing out personal stuff. So I feel like a lot of people do want to know more about you guys, especially if you guys do have public profiles. Again, I do feel like some of you guys' quality is going to be like when you're in the workplace or when you're at school, because I know some of you guys don't like social media, so you don't need to have social media. But again, a lot of you guys are kind of creatives in one way or another, and you're being encouraged to, get off private and start building your social media platforms, because people really do want to see what you have going on. I also feel as well, a lot of you guys are nervous that people are going to copy your style or ways of doing things, but I feel like you guys are the original. Like I feel like no one could really copy what you guys are doing, even if like they tried. Like you guys are always just gonna, even if you wear the same outfit as somebody else, like you're gonna have that like special quality that people are like, oh, is that the same outfit? It doesn't even look the same on you than her. Like, so don't really worry about that. I really feel like it's your energy, it's your aura, it's your looks, it's your presence that really stands out. It's more than just like, okay, someone could just copy your way of doing things. Like even if someone wants to create the same content as you, they're not gonna have your personality, they're not gonna have your energy, they're not gonna have your intention, they're not gonna have your passion, and I feel like a lot of you guys need to know that, because if your fear of standing out is because you're afraid of people kind of like trying to steal your destiny, trying to steal your energy, they can't do that. I also feel as well, some of you guys feel like by hiding a lot of your gifts, talents, and skills, you're protecting your energy. And at certain points, I feel like, yes, but when you get called to just show up and show off and post and do your thing, definitely follow that. I feel like you guys are entering a time period where you're learning proper boundaries, you're learning how to, shine on your own and not let people affect what it is you're going after in life. And I do feel that a lot of you have more gifts and talents and skills that you are opening yourself up to, because your confidence is growing, and also you're getting away from the energies and people that were dimming you or making you feel insecure. Because again, energy is very contagious. I feel like also you guys are really learning that not everybody that approaches you is meant to be a friend. When you're a light, a lot of people are just going to come towards you. And I feel like you guys are meant to be a light because people are meant to be inspired by you. You're meant to make an impact in this lifetime. And not everything that comes towards you is something of God or of your purpose. Like sometimes people really just are attracted to you because you're like a moth to a flame. So again, I really get the energy of people wanting what you have. There's another reason why I'm mentioning this, because some of you guys could be at the end of a chapter in a cycle in your life, and you could have people not understanding why you're leaving that job, a relationship, or a situation behind, but it's because it's not fulfilling you anymore. A lot of you guys can leave something that's perfectly sustainable, or something that, well, maybe not from your perspective energetically, but other people may see something that you were doing in the past that once brought you joy and passion, and it could even be something that you were successful at or good at, but it's not really calling to you anymore. So you could be leaving something that other people wish that they shine the way you did at that job or at that relationship or situation, or, you know, some of you guys could be leaving a situation that isn't happy, or a location that, you know, other people want to move to, but you don't want to be there anymore. Like, you guys tend to be the person that makes a spot. You know, you don't have to go to, like, you know, a popular spot or live in a popular city to pop off anymore. We live in a time period where you can literally make it or break it anywhere. But I do feel some of you guys could be the opposite. You could be moving to a city where you feel like you can network more, or some of you guys are just trying to do more travel. A lot of my creatives out there, it's not really about who you meet, but it's about the inspiration that you get when you are moving and just getting out there and shifting your energy. Because sometimes you may go through chapters in life where you feel like that situation was pointless, but in reality, you are meant to experience and learn through this lifetime, and not everyone's going to be getting what you're doing. I do feel like there's just a situation going on where you guys are leaving some sort of thing that you were good at, or you will be leaving something you were good at to go pursue something different. I'm seeing angel number 999, 909, or ones and nines. Also, I'm seeing angel number 911, which is like my number for like, oh, watch out, because I do feel that there's certain people that are kind of mad that they can't even get at the spots or the things that you, okay. I'm kind of getting this analogy. You guys know, if you've been with me for a while, it's not welcome, but you guys know I use the club as the analogy because I just think it's funny. Like, you can be able to get into all the hottest clubs, but you could be sitting there like, oh, you know what? I'm not really satisfied with this anymore, you know? Like, I don't want to just sit at the hottest clubs. Like, I want to be on stage, like, right? Like, you could be doing something more, but then, you know, if you are in an energy where you just don't feel like you belong somewhere anymore, it doesn't matter if that's the hottest spot on the map. You guys get what I'm talking about? Like, I just feel like you're craving something new. So you may have made it in one area of life and other people want to be in that spot, but in reality you may have found that it wasn't fulfilling for you, or there's something else toward that you need to be moving towards. And sometimes you will sense that negativity when you outgrow an area of life. So there's just a certain situation where I feel like you guys are moving away from an area where you have relatively good success, or you could be walking away from a relationship that, you know, with somebody that other people wanted. I also feel as well, you know, it's funny, some of you guys could have dated or been in a situation with somebody where no one was really paying much attention to them until you started dating them. Like, I really feel like you guys have that quality, like, oh, she likes him, I think I like him too, you know? And I just feel that you just really put people on, like, and I do feel that people know that when they're around you, people are attracted to them more. And I do feel sometimes people will try to use people around you to get to know you better too. You guys really do have that star quality, but you also have that exclusivity energy too coming in. So yeah, I'm just like reading in, like, without even pulling cards, but we'll pull some cards today to see what's going on too as well. To the Seven of Wands, yeah, I feel like a lot of you just feel like you constantly got to defend yourself against people, because a lot of times it's like funny, because I feel like you guys are my innovators. So whenever you get on a new path, I feel like you feel as though you got to like defend that new path or defend yourself. But I actually feel like you guys have also mastered the art of moving in silence, because when you try to explain or talk to people about your next move, sometimes you do feel like this combative energy. But then when you pop off or you shine in this next move, all of a sudden everybody wants to know how you did it. But nobody, like, people tend to like not understand what your vision is. And I feel like, you know, a lot of you guys are meant to kind of bring the non-physical down to the physical reality. You're pulling from the higher realms and creating this lifetime. That's why I'm saying this could be a whole line of work, from you're a scientist to my engineers out there, because I mentioned engineer and then there are people in the comments saying that. So I was hearing, like, from my scientific brains to my mathematical brains to my finance brains to my creative brains to anything out there, my sales people, my marketing people, like, you have a quality to you that is original, and it comes from the higher realms. Like, coming up with a new way to make money, or coming up with a new way that doesn't involve scamming or taking advantage of people, by the way, but you guys are coming up with a new idea that's like a creative, or even my artists out there, of course, or my spiritual people, like, coming up with a new way to do things or to make money, like, and to help people and to expand. Like, not a lot of people have the ability to do that. So you guys could be one of the first. You jump on an idea, but you know what? You could see new ideas. You can also see that sometimes it really is the end of a chapter for you, or you could see long term how, okay, this idea wasn't sustainable anymore. Let me hop to the new thing. So people kind of see you as that innovator, like, oh, this person's hopping to a new thing. I think maybe I should start doing that too. And it's also because people truly think that you are smart, you're intelligent, you know what you're doing. But I also feel like there's a side of it where you guys just go where you feel fulfilled. Like, you go where your heart's calling you, go where your mind's calling you. And I just feel like sometimes people don't get that either. Like, you could be abandoning some sort of idea or project just because it doesn't interest you anymore. Not because there isn't anything there. There could be something there for other people. I also feel as well that some of you guys, when you try to explain, like, okay, I'm leaving behind this job, like, even though it could be well paying or people like me there or whatever, because I know there's something better for me. And there's a lot of people who are at that job who, like, kind of like evil eye you because they wish they had that position in that job that you have. So they kind of see it as, oh, like you're trying to say that you don't like what we're doing here anymore. But in reality, no, it's not that. It's just that you just don't enjoy doing it anymore. Like, it's personal. Like, I remember there's certain types of people where you can't really like say your opinion to them without them combating, like, oh, I don't really like, eating at this restaurant. Well, I like it. Like, they're defensive about it. And it's like, cool, like, you can like that and I can like something else, I feel like you guys are entering this new energy where you are going where you want, when you want. Like, maybe you're also expanding yourself away from certain friends and relationships that are like one dimensional. I think it's kind of funny too as well, because like I mentioned Instagram, right? Like, I'm one of those people, like, yes, I'm a tarot card reader, but I do have like so many different hobbies. Like, I like music and I like working out and I like cooking and I like going out with my friends and so on and so forth. So I like traveling. Like, I'll post all these different things there. And lately I've been posting more like of me working out. And then like, someone I knew from a long time ago hit me up like, oh, are you like a fitness influencer now? I'm like, no, because if I don't post when I'm at the gym, people don't know I'm at the gym. If I post all the time I'm out, people think I'm out all the time. Like, it's just funny that people's perception of you is only based upon what they see you posting or doing. I think a lot of you guys are conscious of that. So you're kind of turning that energy into profit. But I also feel as well, if people are hitting you up, asking you about your life and what you have going on, that is a quality that you have something about you that people are curious. So some of you guys, like, don't take offense. That could be a sign that people are like, I think that's really cool and interesting we have going on. I want to ask you about it. But I also feel like not to take offense too, because like certain people, they don't understand that line of work you're in or what you're doing. Like, for me, just because I post pictures at the gym doesn't mean I'm a fitness influencer. Like, that's just ridiculous for me. But that maybe it's trying to be funny, but I don't really know. But some people may actually think that, like, oh, she's trying to do this now. When in reality, I'm just posting what makes me happy. And I think that's kind of it. Like, you guys could be a lot like myself. You just post and do what makes you happy. It's not that complicated. And people think you got some sort of grand scheme or grand plan going on. Some of you guys could be also focusing on rebranding, and you are in the midst of doing that too as well. It doesn't matter either way. Whether you're moving with intelligence or you're moving with intuition or you're moving with passion or all the above, not everybody needs an explanation about what you guys got going on. But I do want to say that people really do want what you got. So whatever you do have going on, I feel like people are envious of it. So just watch out for that. Like, anybody that kind of opposes this changes that you guys are making within yourself. Or sometimes, if people are talking, that's probably a good thing. It means people are watching. I also feel as well, like, as you go through transitions and changes, sometimes you're going to lose people, and that's okay. But if you're moving to a place that fulfills you more, there's always a delicate balance between, leaving the old version of yourself behind and moving into the new. We got 3 of Swords, and then we have the High Priestess. Very interesting. What's that about? 5 of Swords. Yeah, I really feel like a lot of healing is going on. It's crazy that a lot of you guys have actually experienced a level of pain and hurt and disappointment expressing yourself and being yourself. That's why I'm telling you guys it's so important to just keep doing, just keep creating. As we enter Virgo season right now, by the way, guys, I do have a Virgo moon, so I understand this greatly. Perfectionist qualities, like, and of course, being sensitive and not having this, having a humble side. A lot of you guys don't believe that your art and your posts and what you do is good enough. You could delete things if you feel like they didn't perform well enough, or this or that. And I do feel there is a time period to perfect your craft and accept constructive criticism, but I feel like a lot of you guys are just too hard on yourself. And sometimes you actually need to get the perspective of people that are fresh more than the perspective of people that maybe like don't understand what you guys got going on. I feel like you guys actually, there was some kind of betrayal that you could have gone through, or hurt from people that you probably thought were rooting for you. But again, like I said, a lot of people are going to come around you because they want what you have. They want to understand you. They want to study you. They want your qualities. They want your gifts. And you guys are really that type of person. You may feel like, oh, well, I'm not that successful, or I don't have that many followers, or this or that. But here's the thing. You have a unique flair, and you have a niche like that people really do pay attention to. Like, I feel like even sometimes the most popular people could be jealous of a quality you guys have because you have something special that you're known for, if that makes sense. And I do feel like for a lot of guys, it could be your gifts, it could be your talents, it could be your skills, it could be just being you. Here we go. You guys are the only you out there, and you're not marketing off of just trying to be something you're not. You are just trying to move authentically. I want to know what this 3 of Swords is. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune. Honestly, you guys, some people here that are big hurt that, the wheels are turning in your favor right now. So just like keep up with whatever it is that you guys are doing. I feel like also right now, like I said in like some readings prior, that you guys can also just be resting, prioritizing, like loving yourself. And that really is like the best that you could be doing right now. And also, here's another thing too. Like, I feel people don't really realize that you guys do put a lot of time and energy into developing yourself. So that's why when you pop out, you just have this like glow, and people don't understand that because, again, I just sense that but you guys have this high priestess quality. Like, you may not even know, like, the power you guys hold. You know, you just move in a way that's completely original, and it's also intuitive, and also you are the only you. Like, that's what I'm hearing. Like, people meet you and there's only one you. So of course they're going to remember you. Of course they're going to want you guys around, you know, like, you just have that ability to make impact everywhere you go. And I think it's because of this deep quality you guys have to connect with people and energy. I feel like when you guys have conversations, they're not shallow with people, and you don't overstay your welcome either. I feel like some of you guys only really pop out, and not because you want to be exclusive or that's your intention. Your intention is that, okay, I'm drained, I want to go home, right? But a lot of people, like, you give off this energy of like expensiveness, like something like that. Yeah, I definitely post like sometimes, like, I'll do like mood boards for my Patreon. Guys can check out my Patreon below. I'm doing exclusive collectives on there, a bunch of other things too. Access to my energy, I did this last month, is a privilege. I really feel like you guys are really learning this, but it's getting deeper than that, because you physically cannot be in a work or line of work or some sort of environment anymore that you have outgrew. So I really, again, think that people think that you're on the cutting edge of something new all the time, but in reality, you just are intuitive, and you know when it's time to go, when you outgrow something, because your fulfillment is somewhere else. So some of you guys, you know, you graduated from somewhere and you're moving on to something new. It's that clear as day. You're over it. Some of you guys, it's clear that this is not what you're worth anymore or whatever, right? So you're making changes. And again, like I always say, you guys are my collective, so I get it, but a lot of people are going to get this, like picking things up and putting them down, right? I got an ADD brain. I'm a fast talker. I always tell you guys, it's just how I channel. And instead of trying to change myself, I just try to find the people that get how I am, or some people, they just know they can slow down the video, right? But there's just certain people, like, they don't operate on the same level as you. And not to say that one level is better than the other. It's just that if you don't work in an energy that you're comfortable in, then you're not going to attract the right things to you. So what I'm sensing is that you guys could just people who move fast. You move fast towards cycles in life. You move fast in relationships that you outgrew. You're the type of person, you're not comfortable in environments that you outgrew. And a lot of people stay stuck. But I feel like this high priestess energy, it's like you can hear it clear as day. It's time to go. It's time to get out of here. And sometimes, you know, the tower moments happen that are really, truly blessings in disguise. Yeah. I feel that also another thing that I do feel that people quite misunderstand is that it does take a lot of strength and willpower to make changes. But I feel like you guys are willing to do that because you are following your heart in one way or another. I really feel like this reading is about you guys following your heart in a new direction. But the life you lived before was a life that people desired. So they can't even begin to understand how you guys could just move your heart into a new direction so easily. So now all of a sudden people are like, okay, now what are they up to next? Like, you guys could really go after things in life, achieve it, and then be like, all right, I'm over this now. I'm time for something new. And some of you guys, it could be full-on careers that you're like, yeah, I think this isn't for me anymore. And that's completely fine. Like, there's so many people that think that you just got to be a one box. And you guys know I'm Aquarius. So, like, I'm never going to be in a box. I'm never going to fit in. Like, I just feel like awkwardly that I stand out, and I don't even really want to half the time, you know, like I really don't want to. Sometimes I just want to be in and out, you know. I got Cancer rising. I'm like telling you guys my whole chart today, but I have a Cancer rising, so it's like sometimes it's seriously uncomfortable for me to shift and make changes. And especially me, I had to go through a lot of moves in my lifetime, and it's like every single time it's like a new like energy is like being lifted, but also it's like a whole shift. I can feel my energy field, and it knocks me out for a couple weeks, right? But I feel like you guys are forced to make moves, shifts, and changes this lifetime. I also feel like part of it is because like God and your angels do have this like soul contract with you guys where it's like you are meant to kind of be on the go for your own protection. So sometimes like you know, plans change. Like there's your plans and there's God's plans for you, right? And sometimes like there has to be things need to be moved around in order for you guys to fulfill your purpose. Or sometimes God's really like, you know what, I think it's time for you to move in a new direction now. There's a lot of things that are actively, you know, being moved around for you in this moment in time. So if you feel a little confused right now or tired, don't worry about it. I feel like, you know, we have free will and we have fate, but I do feel that there are certain things in life that are divinely orchestrated too as well. And I feel when you are truly a chosen one, like you don't really feel like you have control over your life, but the things that your angels are telling you have control over is just like the what you put up with, and also you know, how you feel about yourself. And you have a lot of control and free will at certain periods of life too as well. But I do feel like right now you are being divinely ordered to some sort of new way of being that's going to be even more like higher up than where you were at before. So get excited about that, because I do feel like these are spiritual concepts, and like you may not know where you're going, you also may not understand completely like where you're being called to. But what you do know probably right now is that you know, even when you're at your worst, people were envious and hating. People have tried to destroy you. And so it made people maybe even know you're onto something new even before you do. So, you know, keep up with that, whatever you guys are doing. I do feel that, yeah, it's just funny because it's like you guys are on to, like, people will try to copy and emulate you, but by the time they've got it down, you already starting something new. Does that make sense? Or you switch up your style, you switch up your flow. Like, it's like people, like, it's so strange. Like, I do feel like that's what people could be heard about. They're like, oh, I thought this was what this person was doing now. Now they're onto this. Like, I can't keep up with this. There's a lot of people trying to compete with you and a lot of people in secret competition with you guys. And this is not something to scare you. It's actually something to excite you, to know that you can provoke fire in people and ambition to better themselves, I guess, in one way or another. Some of it really isn't bad. Like, I really just feel like you guys do have an innovator quality and you actually do teach people in one way or another how to improve their lives and how to better themselves. But yeah, there are a lot of eyes on you, and maybe some of you guys do feel uncomfortable with that because you're still trying to figure yourself out, not like lead the pathway for everybody, right? So, but I do feel like at the same time, like, you may see people trying the things that you're trying new in your life. And again, not to take offense to it, I definitely feel like, again, my readings are timeless. I did mention being in Virgo season. Also, it's Mercury retrograde, but you guys may find this reading at a later time. It still resonates. But what I do want to say is that don't let anybody trigger you guys right now. Like, I do feel like anything that is meant to trigger you is to, like, to test you. It's below you. You know, I just feel like people wish that they can move the way that you guys move. So the only thing they can do now is distract you or try to get under your skin. I feel like also you guys could have outgrown somebody already super fast, or people in your life you thought were going to be in your life forever, or even new people that you had last season. Like, you see one bad vibe and you're out. And I feel like this is the way you're meant to be, because you realize that there is no soul contract that says we must ride or die for each other. It's just a soul contract, right? But if this person's not acting right, God will take them off your path, right? And if you're not ready either, God will slow you down too as well. Like, it's a two-way street, and I feel like you guys are truly moving in a higher direction right now. And even when you're in your phases where you guys could be just figuring yourself out, people desire to be where you're at in life. Again, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Some of you guys can have Taurus or Capricorn placements. You guys could be you know, Saturn qualities, very slow and steady wins the race, but before people know it, you ahead of the game. But not only that, you're in a different, you're just doing something different that people can't even compete with you anymore. Knight of Pentacles. You're just, honestly, guys, you're dropping things that are not making you happy. It really is that simple. There's no code here. There's no secret formula. It's really just about following your passion and dropping things and people and situations that are not making you happy. I can't say it enough, guys. I really can't say it enough. I say it all the time, but if I'm going to sit here and let you guys know this, because guess what? I go through that too. We all go through that because we move, we make changes, and then, you know, we get comfortable again, and then shit hits the fan, and then we're on to something new again. Like, right? Sometimes that's just how life is, but yours is going to be at a super faster rate than a lot of people. Because you're meant to impact many. And again, you don't got to be a superstar to have this quality. I feel like sometimes you really are meant to go through different social groups, different workplaces, even getting closer to different family members or friends during different time periods. But I feel like, you know, you guys are also working on improving the relationships that you guys like want to have in your life, are relationships that improve over time. And I do feel like you have a lot of people like that who still ride by you and stuff, but maybe you're just not as close to them anymore. Or sometimes you guys just distance yourself as you go through transformations. But I feel that, you know, people really admire this quality in you, because although you may have go through certain changes in your life, you have certain people that watch you from afar or known you for a while, and they still see you as someone consistent and reliable. And that's what makes you guys very interesting. You have the qualities as someone consistent and reliable, but also someone innovative and free-spirited. And they're like, how do you guys do it? And you know what? I'm going to tell you guys one thing. People think you're not stressed behind the scenes. I'm sure you are. I'm sure that you guys, it really takes a lot of work and effort to become what you guys are. So I'm not saying it's easy, but it's like, even if people tried, they couldn't do what you guys do. I think you really mastered the balance of work hard, play hard, but also resting, right? I also do feel with the King of Cups here too as well. Interesting. I just feel like these are people from your past, again, coming through. Could be love interest that like somebody could be moving too slow and you're like, okay, you're out, on to the next. Like, and by the time people, you know, actually get it together, a lot of times it's too late. Like, I feel that you guys also need someone who operates in the same way you guys do. And a lot of times God takes people off your path because they simply just slow you down. But yeah, I feel that right now in this moment, you need to know that people want what you have because of the way that some of you guys just don't see yourself as influential, as powerful, as amazing, or sometimes you could get down on yourself. Like, I get it too. Like, even though I may have social media platforms, it's sometimes hard to articulate like the impact that even I make. That's why I try to read all the comments and interact with you guys and make sure that I'm doing my part here too. And again, you still never really know the impact you can make on people's lives, because some people silently support you you. And I say that too as well. I have a lot of silent supporters, and I appreciate every single one of you guys. And I know I'm a silent supporter of a lot of different people and a lot of different types of content. And even content doesn't even relate to spirituality. Like, I consume a lot of different things, educational things. And that's something I would say as well. It's funny because the last reading that I did, I was talking about how you guys are unpredictable. And this goes hand in hand. You guys should check out the last reading if you didn't see it. You're unpredictable because you're moving in a direction that is just completely uniquely you. And I feel that that's why when people try to predict your next move or copy your style or try to be just like you or get around you and try to study you, it doesn't work for them because that may have worked for you at that time, or that may have worked for you because that was in your soul contract to do. But even then, if copying you worked for them, but then it doesn't work anymore because you guys are no longer doing things the same way anymore. You're onto something new, and they can only get down and study and copy that style that you did, last season. You guys get what I mean? Like, you're simply just not afraid to make a change, even if it means people not getting it, losing people, in whatever it is that you guys are doing. You could be very known, and a lot of people could kind of envy that quality, even though they may have built up a whole foundation in one way of being. You guys don't mind picking up and moving on if it means that you're going to be more fulfilled, or if God is calling you in that direction. And yeah, we got the Hangman there. I feel that yeah, a lot of you guys are just going through a change of perspective right now. Like, you're realizing that you are the contestant in your own life. You're the main character. You don't got to live by anybody else's rules. You're taking a leap of faith towards something new. Your intuition is definitely going to be calling you towards some sort of new opportunity or situation. Five of Swords did come up twice in this reading because I'm telling you right now, I feel like you guys are no longer letting other people get you down, get in your head. And it's like you got this earpiece, you to God, like sometimes. Like, I swear you may not feel that way, but it's the truth, or you feel that way and you know it. Doesn't matter either way. It's like you got this secret earpiece, and people want to know, but sometimes it's like you don't even know. And I think that's also for protection too, where you're going. Yeah, and it's not in your head that people are talking about you guys, talking about how they feel rejected, that you moved on from some sort of area that wasn't fulfilling you anymore. And that's crazy, but it's just because sometimes you really are that light in the office, or you're the light in your family, or, if you really got to move on to something better, sometimes you got to do that, even though it's like, yeah, some guys are simply not spending as much time with certain people as you used to, and that you can feel guilty about that. But honestly, if it's wrecking your mental health and draining you, there's a reason for it. We got Seven of Swords. Honestly, I'm telling you guys, if it's for you, it will inspire you. You'll feel drawn towards it. And yeah, you guys also are learning how to balance your life, because hanging out with anyone too much is no good for you guys. You're meant to impact a lot of people. Keep it moving. Yeah, I feel a lot of things too as well. You guys no longer want to be certain people's shoulder to cry on, because it's like you exhausted yourself trying to teach them how to move forward in life. Like, you definitely are moving forward. And I do feel that some of you could struggle still with like missing the past, but that's why sometimes painful truths had to be revealed to you guys, so that you weren't so stuck on certain people, because what is coming is much better for you. A lot of times, like, I want you guys to know that tower moments are blessings. We see a lot of people in the same relationship forever and ever and ever, right? And they're getting dogged out, and we're like, wow, like, why don't they just leave? But then you guys have tower moments where you're kind of forced to leave, and it's like, that's because you're blessed, in a way. Even though sometimes painful rejections are protection. And I feel that you guys make people insecure because it's like, okay, maybe you don't follow like conventional ways of being, or conventional standards, or maybe you are conventionally good looking. It doesn't matter about your looks. It's more like you'll pop up with a style, way of being, way of dressing, attitude that's just way different than other people, and that attracts attention. So people compare themselves to you. And they'll be like, oh, well, what does she have that I don't, or what does he have that I don't? And it's really just that you guys just move in your own way. And I also feel as well, though, the quality of just not comparing yourself to others also makes you very attractive. There's a lot of people, like, once they become insecure, they get like into more desperate energy that actually makes them more unattractive. And yeah, that's that. But I feel like you guys are like a butterfly that people can't catch, that continues to transform, and you can cocoon again and then transform again, cocoon again and transform again. Like, you really do have that quality. You guys could be shapeshifters in one way or another. Like, you have a quality where you can actually physically shape yourself into different things. Some of you guys could change your hairstyles, or you could change your, like, you just get on board of this, I'm going to do something different, right? It's like you just switch up the routine, and that's completely fine, even if it's uncomfortable at first. You're moving forward. Yeah, you guys are really glowing up right now. I see you guys actually making moves to pop out. Oh my gosh, wow. I see a lot of success coming towards you, and it's noticeable. It's really noticeable. And again, people cannot emulate it. They could try. They can get down one aspect of you and take inspiration. A lot of people take inspiration from you guys, and that's how it's meant to be, by the way. that's why God's putting you on the map, because you teach people how to be inspired and do for themselves. And I feel like you've already shown a lot of people how to be successful in a certain area. So some of you guys are teachers, mentors, healers, mothers, even big sisters, big brothers. Like, come on, like, it doesn't have to be that serious. Like, in terms of like making an impact, you make impact on 1 or 100,000, and then that person can impact a couple thousand, impact a couple thousand. One little bit of advice that you guys could say to somebody could travel the world, like just by, oh, this person said this to me, oh my gosh, and then they share that advice with somebody else. Like, you have that impact, and you may see a post like, I thought I said that first. Maybe you did, but it doesn't matter, because you put out something that inspires and helps people. And I get it, sometimes people take credit for your stuff, but at the end of the day, God will always take care of you, because if you were meant to get credit for that, maybe you're meant to be credit for something more. You know, I feel that you will always get what you guys deserve. I do feel that 110%. Never to give up just because you feel like people could be stealing or taking from you guys. You know, me personally, I do sometimes see things like, oh, I could tell a person as like took inspiration from me, but I don't mind it really that much. Like, I really don't, because I just feel that, like, I'm happy that people can come here and be like, wow, I like the way that, you know, Alice is doing things here. That's a good idea. Let me try that too for my channel, or let me dress like that, you know, if you look on me on Instagram, whatever, right? I'm just giving examples. But I do sense that this is something that a lot of you guys deal with, and it could be very irritating when it's people that don't like you, right? It's like people that diss you but then dress like you, or people that pretend to be your friend, but that's actually because they wanted to get around you to study you. And the truth of the matter is, I always say this, like, that's why I really have like a special I feel like I was gonna say I have a special place in hell, but maybe that's really intense. I don't want to say that, but there is a special place in hell. No, I don't believe that. I'm not gonna damn anybody, but that's not my job. But what I do want to say is that there's certain types of people I really, really don't like. We'll just leave it at that. Or the people that try to like manipulate me or be my friend to like get advice on how I'm doing something, just because they want like some knowledge of how I'm doing something because they think it works for them. But in reality, all you have to do is ask. Like, you know, like, especially if you're already in my life as a friend, like, you could just ask me, you know, like, you don't need to try to like manipulate your way. I guess like that's just how they are though, because I don't know. I don't understand how people operate, but I really don't like the energy of people that like pretend to be your friend because they want something from you. But I guess that's just how people are. You know, there's users. There's a lot of people out there like that. And yeah, anyway, so, but the thing is that I feel like people do that all the time, but it's like, it's definitely like even more annoying when like they don't like you. Like, you find out they're talking bad about you and they're dissing things you're doing while stealing it. Like, it's just like, okay, chill. But whatever, right? You guys could deal with that as well. I'm just empathizing with you. And, you know, as much as people think that, you know, I may hold resentment against them, like, I really don't. Like, I just kind of channel these energies through the reading, and then I kind of feel what you guys are going through. And I'm like, you know what? That does remind me of the time that I went through that too. You know what? That does suck. So I can see, you know, you guys being pissed off at certain people copying you, emulating you, wanting what you have. I want you guys to comment below. I'm an original and nobody can take my destiny from me. And give me a thumbs up if you're still here, because some of you guys really like, it's creepy. It's creepy. It's really creepy. It could be really hard to have friendships. It could be really hard to have relationships, like with close people. I get it, guys. It really is a tough life, but you are actually constantly being maneuvered to safer ground. You may feel like it's lonely and isolating, but it's actually protection if you are getting moved and pushed into new things, new territory. I really want to, I don't want to like make you guys feel like it's always going to be that way. I feel like you're actually in an energy right now where you're attracting the better energies towards you, and it's like you're still learning all these multidimensional qualities that you have. You just learned how maybe adaptable you were, and how strong you were, and how beautiful you were, and how confident you were. So it's like you're gonna attract people that also still that you can notice that don't have the darker qualities, maybe with some of the other people you dealt with in the past. So that's what I'm picking up on. Again, I'm sensing that some of you guys are deeply disturbed by people trying to take you down, yet copy you and emulate you. But honestly, it's a compliment, because they feel like that they can't even exist near you. Because you are the original, like, you know, and they know that the original can definitely outshine the Walmart versions. No, I'm just playing. But anyways, see what's going on here. Okay, yeah, I feel like right now, like, yeah, you guys definitely, like, you stop sharing with certain people your ideas, your plans, your goals. And sometimes it really is because of snake energy, but sometimes it's just because you know that chapter in your life is over, that they can't really help you with anything you have going on. Or yeah, I just feel like if you guys really had to move away from somebody, it's probably there was something darker going on there, and it's best that you just keep moving forward. I feel like you guys could be feeling people from your past right now still watching, and of course they're going to do that. You guys be surprised. The star card came out under here, but she's a little naked, so I got to cover that up, you know. But I feel that it's like the former version of yourself is still other people's wish fulfillment. Do you guys understand that? You've achieved enough in your life that even the small accomplishments you guys may overlook within yourself are things that certain people struggle to do. Maybe you live on your own. Maybe you graduated college. Maybe you are a parent and you're really good at that and your kid's an achiever. Like maybe you guys live in a good neighborhood, or maybe you drive a certain car, you have your license, or you have this, or you have that, or maybe you just have it all and you don't even realize it. Because again, my overachievers, nothing's ever good enough, right, for yourself, but other people will see you constantly achieving. But it's probably because you're in competition with the former version of yourself and nobody else. Like I feel that certain people, like, they're envious of you guys. Like, even if you may feel like you don't drive something fancy, but maybe your car's paid off and they've kind of extended themselves trying to pay off an expensive car for a certain look. Like, you may think that someone has it better than you in some way or another, but it's because you guys are living with your truth and you're living authentically. All of a sudden, your 10-year-old car looks like an amazing gem and everybody else wants to drive it now, like, because it's like, oh, that's pretty cool, that person could drive that car and they look pretty cool in it, so I think I want that same car. Like, it'd be crazy how you guys could put things on the map that other people couldn't. Like, they can buy the most high-end stuff and no one's checking for them, right, like that. And again, because you have authenticity with what you do. You guys also probably are very organic and you don't do things just for attention. I just like this car, so I'm driving. This is practical to me and I love it. It gets me from A to B and that's why I love this car, right? And whatever, right? Because I have to always emphasize, you don't have to have the best of the best, but it's like whatever you're doing, you have quality with it, whether it's, even if it's something that you may not think so, like you seem to just have your stuff figured out. Even if you guys don't drive a car you think is that flashy or whatever. I'm just giving an example, guys, because I think you understand this. Like, people kind of are envious of the fact that you don't need all that stuff in order to shine. You get what I mean? You just shine on your own. And a lot of people feel like they got to constantly, reinvent themselves to shine, but you guys just reinvent yourselves to fulfill yourself. And because you're just constantly growing and changing, you're like a snake shedding skin. And like people, I got to reinvent myself again because, the viewer watching is reinventing themselves. Oh, here we go again. But it's not like that. You just move intuitively. If God says it's time to go here, right? If God's going to bless you a new car, so be it. But this one works fine, right? You're not trying to manifest outside of what God has planned for you. And that's what makes you guys special. And you're always going to be put in a position where you can shine, where people can see you and notice what you got going on. So I feel like you are going to be placed more in an environment where people can see you more. Okay, guys, what I'm hearing. So that's why you guys could be putting extra emphasis on your looks or making changes to be seen and noticed, is what I'm seeing. And yeah, I feel that a lot of you guys are going to be looking good because you're going to be accepting some sort of award soon, or be on stage soon is what I'm hearing, or be on camera more. Or it could be an opportunity coming in for a lot of you guys as well. Again, this could be anything from an opportunity to do a presentation at work, to a promotion, to you guys just coming up with an idea at home that takes off, right? So keep going what you're doing. Again, people want what you got in last season. So of course, people are going to be envious of what's happening next for you. But I think you guys really mastered the art of acknowledging that and just letting it brush off your shoulder. So yeah, like I said, I posted on my Instagram, like, let's just collectively agree to not let people get to us this season, because it's a very important season for you guys to just keep doing and not pay attention to what people are saying about you, are criticizing, especially if this change is for your mental health or to bring more abundance in your life. You can't pay your bills and you're making a change, then who the heck cares what people think, right? Or you're taking a risk, but it's not fulfilling you. Or some guys can make a lot of money, but it's not making you happy. That's okay. It's okay to make changes. It's a beautiful life where we're meant to adapt and grow and create and be so many different things. And I feel that it's sad that society makes us think that we have one role and we must wear that mask all the time. Nope. No, thank you. Yeah, I feel like you guys are choosing to just change. Interesting. Yeah, I feel like with your work, it's talk that you guys are growing and evolving. Obviously, if you're a spiritual worker in any way, or you have people around you that are spiritual, people are talking about the fact that you guys are definitely growing spiritually, or you've helped them grow spiritually. Yeah, I definitely feel like people know you as someone that is very spiritual. So at the end of the day, people kind of know that you're just doing your thing, in order to grow. And that doesn't make sense to a lot of people, but it makes sense that people kind of still see you as someone that they try to follow, even when they don't get what you're doing. Yeah. I feel like also there's somebody here who feels like they are part of your destiny because they feel like they could be similar to you. You could be younger than this person. Yeah, this person, again, especially for my younger people out there, this could be something that you understand more, but I do feel like sometimes older people, and honestly, my older audience out there too, you guys could be very innovative and before your time. You could have always been like this, like the OGs, right? Even before like people like me. So I'm putting respect on your name. My OGs out there, shout out. I don't just mean my OG watchers, but I mean like my OG spiritualists, because like, I used to start off doing like pick a card readings, and there were people that used to say to me like, oh, Alice, you're the first. I really wasn't the first. It was just that like when I first, on 2017, when I first started my other channel, I noticed that there wasn't a lot of, like, people would do collective readings, but I noticed there wasn't a lot of options for piles. So I was like, oh, you know what? I really like a lot more options. So I was like the first to like do more than like 2 piles. So like, and I don't even know if I'm really the first, but that was just my idea. I'm like, what if I did 5 or 6 or 7? And so people think I'm like the first person. And then other people have gone on and done more from that. But I just mean that, like, you get what I'm saying? There really is more OGs that have been on YouTube before me. So I'm not the first pick a card reader. And I'm definitely not, there's so many collective readers that's been on way before, you know, the pick a card thing happened. But the point I'm trying to say is that, like, we're all kind of, you know, coming up with our own ideas, but also just like there's similarities in a way a lot of people do things too as well. So there's some situations where people may think that you're copying them and you're not, right? So that's all the point I'm trying to say, guys. Again, I feel like there's some OGs that were posting YouTube videos before I even got on YouTube with card reading, right? And so, like, you gotta put respect on the name. Like, I wonder who was the first tarot card reader on YouTube. Who knows? You know, it'd probably be somebody who has like 5 views, and you know, and we would never know their name, but they're still the first. Anyway, guys, the point I'm trying to say is that, yeah, there's just like a lot of people that just see you as like the first, the innovator, just because maybe, you know, you have that quality where you could put things on the map. And I also feel like that is because you are dual purposed and dual talented. So you could have a natural marketing ability. You look good. You have a good communication skills. You can really take things and bring them to the next level. And sometimes people may take your ideas and bring them to the next level too. But I feel like you guys are just meant to put your energy on the map and move forward with different things. So that's why you're not meant to stress. Your ideas can actually impact and help a lot of people. But I feel that if you're worried about somebody stealing from you and marketing from it, you are a well of so many different ideas. And that's kind of just like what your angels want you to know. If you feel like some area of your life is tired, it's dead, then there's something new to move forward in. Okay, so I also feel like there's someone here who feels the same as you. They could have achieved a lot in life, but they may not see themselves as that too as well, because again, overachiever. But they definitely feel like you've done a lot at a young age, and they feel like they can relate to that on you. And they're definitely talking about the fact that they feel very drawn to you. And of course, people just see that a lot of people really are interested in you guys, but there's an intimidation factor because it's like they could have been studying you last season and try to like approach you, but now like they thought you were one way, and then you could pop up totally different. They're like, okay, I gotta like, this person's way different than I even envisioned them in my mind. And you could have been different last season. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, or you only show a certain aspect of yourself. A lot of you guys, you're just so multi-talented that people just don't see it coming, or you just switch up your flow all the time. But somebody wants to date you guys. Yeah, and they've been studying you, but they just like feel like they can't keep up with you sometimes. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Oh yeah, someone. Whew, okay, yeah, it's supposed to be younger than you as well, but I feel like doesn't matter. Yeah, or you have more. Honestly, you have more than one option. I feel like you have options younger than you and an option that's older than you. But anyways, you guys got choices here. That's all I want to say about that. Again, this reading was supposed to be light, and here I am talking for 50 minutes. Oh, guys. All right. Leap of faith. Again, we got the Fool card came up twice in this reading. 10 of Pentacles. So I really feel like for my singles out there, one last message. You got a lot of people who are pining for your time and attention, and you're definitely going to be asked out soon. And I do want to say for my people in a relationship, it is so funny that you can literally be dating somebody and all of a sudden everybody wants that person. But I feel like, you know, your right person is never going to be tempted by that. They see it for what it is. But I do feel like there could be someone you guys started talking to and dating, and they realize that like you raised their value. Okay. So you got that power. Some of you guys may have dealt with that. You create people sometimes with your energy being so strong and powerful and influential. Even people you date, whether you're a man or a woman, doesn't matter. They want to be like you. So yeah, I feel like you guys, and so for my singles out there, I feel like maybe what's missing is like that partner who is, you want a partner who's like the same like you, who has these similar qualities. So I see you guys definitely attracting more people who are like-minded. And for my people who are dating out there, take your time, because I feel like you're still learning yourself and still growing and evolving. You need someone that's really going to connect to all the aspects of you, not just one version of you. And I feel like you guys had it in the past where you would have related on one level to somebody, but not all the other levels. And I feel like there are people out there who really do want to connect with you guys, new people coming in. Yeah, and I feel like, again, if you guys are in a relationship, people can be talking about that too as well. Like, damn, what does this person have that checks off all the boxes? Because, yeah, I see that there's a lot of people that still want to shoot their shot. The Tower here, and then we have the Devil. 8 of Cups. Wow, that's funny. I do feel like some sort of opposition or enemy has left your life. Maybe because you guys left that realm that this person was in. Very interesting. Maybe some of you guys left a certain environment because it was just not serving you anymore. Like, there was just like the negativity wasn't worth it. Like, you didn't even want to be there anymore, right? And I feel like you guys actually are moving yourself away from some sort of energy that was holding you back and down, so you could feel a lot better. You could be trading a lot of things that that people may have found valuable for something more freeing in your life, if that makes sense. And I feel like that's you guys really letting go of this low vibration may have had on you. I definitely feel like as well you could have actually just entered a new energetic level where like an enemy doesn't have access to you anymore, or physically moved away from an enemy in your life, and that is working wonders for you guys. Wow, wow, wow. I feel like blockages are being lifted, and I love that for you guys. So I'm gonna end the reading just there. I feel like I was ending it 20 minutes ago, but that is okay. Again, thank you guys so much. If you listen to the end, I love you so much, and if you listen halfway, I still love you. But yeah, if this reading resonated, then just know that you are multi-talented. You're gonna be known for multiple things in this lifetime. You're not just going to be known for one thing. I think you guys are known for something right now, or good at something, but you're actually going to pop off doing something else. So that first thing you're known for, a lot of people wish they had that position of what you were known for. So it's going to be crazy for you guys to make changes into a new environment. But I feel like, you know, people definitely are excited to see what you guys have going next. I really feel like a lot of silent people are watching you guys, okay? And it's not even, I don't even pick up anything that negative in this reading today. I actually feel like a lot of people, you may find when you start to do these new things, a lot of people may start doing it too, but it's because they just seek inspiration from you guys, and you just inspire people like to start new things. And it's like you have that energy of like, you know what, I can, you could do it too. You know, maybe a lot of you guys are just like the type that helps people along the way on every level you're at. And I know that bites you in the ass, but it's got you a lot of good karma, and it definitely a high position with the man upstairs. So again, I do love you guys. I do love you guys, okay? I mean it, but I'm tripping over my words. Have a good day, have a good night whenever you get to this reading, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.